guys, and welcome to the second video on my channel. I'm gonna try to keep today's video kind of short and sweet, but I'm live in the NICU. If you hear any little buzzing sounds, bubbling sounds, sounds of alarms, it's because I'm live from the NICU at the moment, hanging out with the most gorgeous baby boy, and he's awake. This video is going to be about his birth story. I've been meaning to get around to filming it, but it's just been a very busy 4 weeks for us. And then I'll talk a little bit about our NICU journey and what's been going on with the baby. So, in the first video, I kind of shared with you guys like the little complications that we were having during the pregnancy, and I shared with you guys at the time I was 28 weeks and we were hoping to get to 34 weeks for his delivery. Well, 6 days after that video aired, he was born. The week prior to his birth, and the week of that first video, I immediately started having some complications. We were having to stay on the baby monitor a lot more. His heart rate kind of kept dropping during the week. I ended up going through my second round of steroid shots. So all in all, during the pregnancy, I had 4 steroid shots, and then I had a second wave of magnesium drip treatments. I will kind of like post little blurbs, kind of just explaining what both of those are, just as I did in the first video. I think I did the magnesium drip 3 or 4 times during the week before he was born. The steroid shots are used to help the baby's lungs progress a little faster so that they don't have as many respiratory issues when they're born. And the magnesium drip, he's smiling. The magnesium drip is to protect the baby's brain when they are premature. So I had a lot of that going on. It was a very stressful week, very annoying, because being on a magnesium drip, you constantly have to stay hooked up to a machine. You have to get your blood pressure taken lots and lots of times per day. As you guys know, I already was dealing with gestational diabetes and high blood pressure, as well as low fluid. My water had also broken, and he was small. The morning of April 5th, I had already been on the baby monitor for a few hours at this point, which kind of sucked. And I was just very like annoyed and angry, honestly. That night I hadn't been able to eat dinner. His heart rate kept dropping on the baby monitor. They couldn't find his heart rate, so they called the doctor. The doctor came in and did a few different pelvic exams. They did a stat ultrasound, and around 2 in the morning, the ultrasound came back, and that showed that the placenta was ripping away from the uterine wall. So that's why his heart rate kept dropping. It was kind of hard for him to be placed on the monitor. My nurses came in and just started cleaning me up and wiping me down. They let me know that I was going into emergency surgery right then. I was super freaked out. Like I said, it was 2 in the morning, so I didn't have time to contact his father, anybody in my family. I ended up, with all the rush of everything that was going on, leaving my cell phone. And I was just praying a lot, praying that I would be safe and that the baby would be safe, that we would make it through the surgery. I had never been in an emergency situation before with my prior 2 C-sections, so it was very scary. Honestly, the surgery went very smoothly. They did a lot to calm my nerves. I got into the OR. They gave me my spinal tap. And they went ahead and got him out of there. We had to do a traditional C-section with him because he was so tiny and premature. I see why they don't do them anymore. That's all I'll say. They're very painful to recover from. But he was born just before 3 a.m. They pulled him out. He was so tiny and gorgeous. They let me see him and they brought him close to my face. I gave him a little kiss and then they whisked him away. Obviously, I had to take a few hours to recover so that I could get my feeling back. They gave me my pain medication, and then I went and saw my baby. I'll probably include a little snapshot here of the first time that I was able to go down and see him. It was wonderful. And that is what started our NICU journey. So his first 2 weeks were a breeze. He has been on the CPAP machine since his first day on Earth. He hasn't really had to go up very much. No major respiratory issues when he was born. He was born at 2 pounds 1 ounce and 13.25 inches long. like I said, his first 2 weeks were very easy, very good. He made a lot of progress. He tolerated all of his feeds very well. And then literally the day that he turned 2 weeks, he started to get sick. And a couple days after that, we found out that it was a bacterial infection known as MRSA, MRSA. Still haven't confirmed exactly how he got sick, but we'll go over that in another video. So they were able to find that out through blood tests and blood cultures. They started him on antibiotics immediately. A couple days after he started his antibiotics, I noticed that he had a little like abscess, like a little boil under his chin, and it was very angry looking and red. It was very concerning for me. So I pointed it out to his doctors, and the next day they got him into surgery to lance it and drain it. That was very scary for me, for him to be so young and super tiny and having to get a surgery after being sick. It was just a lot. You guys know this entire journey has kind of been overwhelming, but regardless, he's doing great. He's very strong. He did really well with his surgery. Since his surgery, he hasn't had any issues. He was on antibiotics for a couple weeks. He's been off of them for a few days now. So we're just kind of like letting him rest and hang out. He is officially 1 month. So he was born at 2 pounds 1 ounce. He is currently 3 pounds 9 ounces. His requirements to graduate from the NICU to come home are: he has to be over 4 pounds. He has to be completely off of his CPAP machine, and he has to be bottle feeding, as well as being able to hold his temperature on his own. So for the most part, he's doing really well. He is kind of like getting close to meeting his goals. And what we're working on right now is getting him off of his CPAP, like weaning him down slowly. Hopefully that happens soon. I would like to have him home by the end of this month, and it's currently May. So that'll be somewhat close to his original due date, which was June 12th. But he's doing really well, so I'm really hoping that by the end of this month, he will be coming home with mommy. I think that's it as far as his birth story. That's kind of like the softened version of it. I wanted to make sure that this video wasn't super long. I will be working on his nursery later on this week, so I want to do a video on that, kind of showing you guys exactly how I'm going to set up everything. Oh, that's another thing. I didn't tell you guys his name. So his name is Makhyo. I don't know, we might do a little sneak peek of him before this video ends. While I'm at home working on his nursery, I might be going to see Sinners. We'll see. If so, that'll kick off the movie reviews on this channel. And if not, then obviously it'll be something else. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you on the next video. Do you want to say hi, baby? Yes. Okay. I will give you guys the shortest, sneakiest sneak peek of my newest baby. He's gorgeous, by the way. That's all you get. Okay, I didn't show them your whole face. Oh, are you awake? You're gonna wake up for him? You're gonna wake up? So yes, you guys, this is my third baby. And he's beautiful. And I loves him. Okay, bye.
The first time I saw my mom, I think I was in a fish tank or something. It seemed like nobody knows out there, and it was scary. Then my mom came. I don't think I even know she was my mom then. But when she held my hand, I didn't feel scared anymore. As long as I was there, she would never let go.